So it's definitely.
We got a girl here now, so we get Jazz.
It's believable. Unfortunately, the things that I don't want to believe, I've found to understand what may be going on both perspectives. If that makes sense.
Nah, what you mean?
So from a male point of view, from those kids, those Lil Mosey, them, I feel like it's still jits, still young. Like from their point of view, I'm not trying to be funny. But they got girls in their room, and y'all know what we on.
What you mean? Hold up. What you mean by that part? So you saying Lil Mosey having women around, and the women knowing what they're on? Not
knowing that they're gonna probably drug you. I don't know. It sounds like maybe something was put in their drink. If you just drinking White Claws and champagne, you shouldn't black out. You know, just based off of that, you should know a limit. You know, champagne not no heavy liquor for blackout. You know, blacking out. Right. So it's just like I feel like maybe you were drunk, and when she's saying she's coming back too and stuff, you faded in and out. That sounds like maybe they drugged. You know, it was a date rape type thing, and that would be why someone would feel violated. In the first place, Lil Mosey them could be on the side of like. Not that women should know that they doing this type of thing, but maybe like if you know I'm around and I'm with the gang, you know, I'm gonna want to smash too type shit. You know what we doing. I'm bringing you back to my hotel. I done wine and dined you. We probably done did this. I done gave you some money. I want some pussy. So he thinking, I don't think that it's like not justifying anything he did because they definitely wrong. It was rape because when you put the liquor and stuff into the situation, and she's inebriated and she's not able to speak for herself or, you know, accept or decline, especially the second guy forcing himself on that. It becomes rape when she don't consent to him doing that. Yeah. And she can't do that while asleep or fading or nothing. Right. So that's where they wrong. The thing is, little boys do it all the time.
Right. Like, I think they falling victim to a culture that was in place before them. Yeah. Like the girl admit to having sex with Mousy in the car, and they admit to willingly getting drunk. So like growing up in those, I've never been in that. I'm not telling on myself, but I'm just saying that's what go down when if you already done did the rapper. Yeah. You lit. It's guys around. Yeah. And I think they are wrong and irresponsible for doing stuff with her while she wasn't really cognizant of what's going on. But at the same time, this is not the same as me saying, well, you shouldn't have put that little behind dress on. This is a little different. This, like, she was all the way out there, and then she came back so late to tell the story. I don't even know how it's going to stick up in court. Because
now, I don't agree with that one.
What?
You can't tell a victim when they should feel comfortable to come out with the story.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying
that's basically in a nutshell how it sounds.
I'm talking about for the facts of the case, because one, she didn't come for herself. Her friend came for it. And she came for it after her friend. And she said, I'm not saying.
Don't you know that make the case stronger?
No, because she can't remember.
She's traumatized.
Listen, she can't remember.
That make the case stronger.
Listen, she can't remember. And the whole story she telling is told around her blacking out. She even said, I hit my head on something and blacked out again. Like, initially when the police talk to you, your statement is you can't really remember. You just remember having sex with Mousy.
Do you and then see when you why come back a month later, out, though? Because y'all analyze stuff so much. And the craziest thing is this did happen to her.
No. That's not what I'm doing. Like, I'm not saying like she's lying because she came out so late. I'm saying as far as Mousy's legal defense, I don't know how her attorneys are going to be able to sell that
what
evidence.
I'm saying is, with the evidence, we're talking about the legal defense. So we're not talking about what you're saying. I am mad that his legal defense will try and fight that way you're saying.
But it's the truth of the matter. She doesn't remember.
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, and this is what I was saying earlier about humanity. The truth of the matter is that he did it. The truth of the matter shouldn't be... Yes.
I'm sorry, Mosey.
Yeah. Hold on.
I don't think he's guilty. I don't think Lil Mosey guilty.
Hold on, let me finish. And it depends on guilty of what. So let me finish. The truth of the matter is him and that other young man penetrated her that night. Where we here tonight is to prove whether it was a rape, whether it was unconsensual. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
What was wrong with y'all penetrating me like that?
That's why I'm saying I don't think Lil Mosey, if she said I had sex with Lil Mosey in the car and we actively getting messed up, when you partying with a guy, this just Lil Mosey.
I wake up and another nigga dick in my mouth.
No. That's why I'm saying this is just Lil Mosey. I'm saying Lil Mosey is not guilty because if I get a girl, right?
Lil Mosey.
I'm sorry, brother. If I get a girl and she already had sex with me once that night and we actively getting lit, who don't have sex more than one round? So if you sitting there saying you had sex with me in the car and then we go in the house, I'm lit too, you lit too. Why am I to think that now I can't have sex with you again 20 minutes later once we leave the car into the cabin? You just did me in the car. You said this.
So
now his friend, he don't really have no defense.
They're not being charged with individual charges. They're being charged with a gangbang, okay? Yeah. So at this point, what we're saying is, I don't mind you having sex with me 20 minutes later after I just had sex with you in the car. But if 20 minutes later I go to have sex with you, and when I say I'm fading out, which is unnormal because I only drink champagne, I thought I was in control of the situation. They could have been being taken advantage of a little bit more. Molly Percocet, it could have been lot going on.
You're implying that because they didn't come tell a story for 3 months. They can't test them to see if they were drugged. What they're going off is that they're drunk off White Claws and champagne.
And that's why I'm saying if they're drunk off of White Claws and champagne and they black out.
According to them. Listen to what you're saying. They got so drunk off White Claws and champagne. I'm saying that a person should be able to come and
tell their story without you analyzing because you wasn't there. That girl got
how is that
touched
fair
that
to
night.
a man?
It is not.
If
it's
a
not
woman comes and says, this man raped me, you can't question it?
Yes, you can fucking question it. But if you see something with two eyes, that nigga shared that bitch because he thought she was a thought and she was drunk as fuck. When she woke back up and another man was in her face, he gave him permission to do it or whatever the fuck could have happened. But she's saying she didn't give that other man permission. You have to be able to give consent. That's all I'm saying. You know what this is like? Even if you sleep, can you wake me up? If I wake up to your dick in my mouth, I didn't give you consent. And if I can remember that of all things, it would probably scare me to come out if people gonna analyze it like this. And this is why most rape victims don't come out. The shit is actually crazier than we're explaining.
Yeah, I think you missing what he's saying. He's not saying it in that way. He's just stating like the unfortunate facts of like
what
how
I'm saying about
unfolded.
The unfortunate facts is that's not, the unfortunate facts is like court terms. And I hate lawyers too for that shit.
It is necessary though, because like, I feel like in the future, if some unfortunate shit happen like this again, like the other victim would know like not to go about it this way if Lil Mosey get off. You get what I'm saying? Like you would want him to get in trouble. You wouldn't want him to be able to get off because of some unfortunate facts the way D's saying. Like,
but that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, we're the only people that can control whether he get off. So we have to understand.
We don't control that at all.
As a culture,
we have no say
he's going to have a jury of his peers, which are going to be white women, Asian women, probably 2 black old ladies. It's going to be something like that. You got to understand that as we're getting older, the way that we think and the way that we're transforming society is going to be pertinent to the way that the laws are followed out in the future.
All right.
So we do have to think about things in this sense, and we have to ground ourselves. If this young lady said that she was touched inappropriately and she sat at home for months talking about this and probably traumatized, people probably saw her depressed in her room, not wanting to be herself, not wanting to put on her makeup. She was violated, defiled. She got messages on her phone saying it was running a little train on the little thought in the room. That is embarrassing. So I've seen shit like this go on in Little Tampa Bay. Man, these niggas that got money, what do you think they're doing? This is for fun. Bitches is really having threesomes for fun. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is they were in a culture where he thought it was okay, but it just wasn't. In this situation, you have to take all technicality because you are making money and you are an influential person, period. You got to take all that into account. It ain't no room for mistakes like this. That girl should have had to say so on whether the other dick went in her mouth.
That's fair.
Had to say so.
But that's not what I'm saying, bro. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not criticizing women.
3 months later,
but that's a fact. That's not me criticizing a woman for coming forth for being raped. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing, Jazz, bro. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not criticizing a woman. You could come out for rape for 10 years later. If somebody raped you, they raped you. That's wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm saying the fact of the matter is she came forward 3 months later saying that's when she remembered. And even in the story that she remembered, she's saying that she blacked out. That's a whole different ballgame than me saying, I'm finally ready to speak on what happened. She said she did not remember what happened that night. And then when she recounts the story of what happened that night, it's filled with, I blacked out, I bumped my head and blacked out, and I blacked out again. I'm saying, how is that going to win in court? I'm not saying she didn't get raped. I'm just stating the unfortunate facts of how it played out.
That's what we're saying the whole time.
I'm not trying to quit. You can come forward when you come forward because we just said this off air. I don't want to talk about it, but you know what I said off air? That I wouldn't say nothing if it happened to me.
Yeah.
So I understand that wholly and completely. That's not what I'm trying to get at with this young lady.
If she said she blacked out and I was on the jury, that would make him guilty immediately for me. That's how it will hold up in court for me. I know like people really be going through situations.
That's dangerous for
that's
men
dangerous,
anyway. That's dangerous. As a man, that's dangerous because women factually all the time lie on them, especially a man with, this is a famous guy.
I agree with that.
But listen, so just to say, well, she said she blacked out, this nigga ain't no good.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That's really unfair.
I know you don't literally mean that, do you?
No, I don't literally mean it just like that. I'm thinking about I just read a whole story. She didn't just say, I blacked out, I blacked out.
That's half the story. It's worse than that.
Exactly. And that's what she remembers. And what I'm saying is, I don't know if y'all ever been blackout drunk, but there's this day at Haitian Flag Day when I blacked out, and I still don't remember what happened in that time that I blacked out. I swear to God. Yeah. I ain't get raped or nothing, but I was partying. I fell in the pool and everything. But I know that just memory can be lost, and you don't... I never really took heavy drugs. I never been in that environment. I literally would look at everything. I've been in certain predicaments, though, where men will force themselves upon you.
Right.
And try to run a train and da-da-da. Now you gotta... Like, I literally had to push a nigga because I didn't come in for you type shit before.
Yeah. I know that shit
And a bitch gonna tell me that because I don't believe or because I ain't say nothing for 10 years, oh no, you came in. Then when you come, you ain't giving us the whole story. I would be like, well, damn, I probably shouldn't have said nothing in the first place. I take this to my grave.
That's why these whole situations are always so like polarizing because it's so hard to like really like talk about them without you making someone feel bad.
Y'all know how y'all can tell bullshit? Let me tell y'all, because I feel like y'all have a hard time reading women. When you can tell bullshit. In general or us too? Yes, I'm going to tell y'all how to. No, I'm talking about in general.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell y'all how to read if a woman, in these cases, one of the things that will help you.
This going to be some game?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. It's just going to be.
Okay.
My ears open. She be dropping it.
It's just going to be from a woman's standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The people that it didn't really happen to are the loudest.
That sound
the
like
people because they had the time to make.
I knew she was gonna come with it
because they had time to make up the stories and everything, all of that shit. When you got the truth, you don't want to get certain people in trouble. You scared. You don't want to move a certain way. You don't know if people gonna listen to your voice because you are nobody. The people that it didn't happen to are the loudest.
They're trying to convince.
But guess what? Man, do you know how many of them win cases?
What you think about Deshaun Watson?
I ain't really explain the story because I don't know these NFL niggas.
22 women have filed suit against him saying he did sexually inappropriate things during massages.
Are they white?
No, Jazz, you can't do that.
A lot of them are. No, the history of America says she can, brother.
What?
The history of America says she can ask that question validly.
White women are organized as fuck. You can get 22 white women to say the same shit against a nigga.
That's
sad, but true.
No, man. That's
realistic.
That's wild what you saying, bro. You can't do that, bro. You can't say that.
Okay.
What the
fuck? Okay.
The history of this country, it protects her and gives her the right to ask that question, bro. They done did it to us, bro. They done did
it. All right, real quick, before we wrap this up, give me an example real quick before we wrap this topic up.
Emmett Till.
That's old, though.
I got one from 2006.
It was organized, like, everybody to the judge.
2006.
High school football player got a 10-year prison sentence, and the girl later came out and said she's like a white freshman. And her dad found out, and they said he raped her, and he went to prison for 10 years. Was supposed to be going to the NFL. Hell, it just happened to the guy from Baylor, the guy on the football memes with the big arms. A white girl lied on him at Baylor, like maybe 5 years ago, and he went to prison. And his body was so cut up, they still using him on memes like.
So you don't think it's black women out here lying on people?
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's what I'm saying.
All racist of people lying.
That's what I'm saying. But
I think it's more common. It's more chance. If you had a pie, they probably got 80% of it.
When you talking about rape and the athlete, that's a fair question.
That's a great lawsuit for them. They're the only ones that can pull it off. They don't care if a black woman or Indian or Asian get raped by them. They wouldn't even listen to us.
Y'all wild, man.
Hey,
so what did we finish on the little Moses situation?
I blame the culture halfway because I think them boys was doing something that's been done for years. But I do think the boys that I think Mosey should be okay because he had sex with Mosey. I think he should be okay because they had consensual sex in the car and then she was kind of inebriated from what she just remembered waking up and him on her. I think he should still get that benefit of a doubt that he thought it was okay because she just had sex with him in the car. This is all at the same event. This ain't like days later. But his friend Cisco, who also got the same charges and is also wanted, she didn't come there for you, and she just woke up with you on her.
I think that at minimum, or even medium, not maximum, but medium, Lil Mosey should get probation.
He should get something for fostering the environment.
That's it. Because I feel like some people gotta say, hey, bro, we ain't gonna do this. Or, don't, come on, wait till she wake up, dog. Like, you can still be doing that. I would rather.
But like that kind of like what D just said, that's kind of like the culture, like that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what I'm
saying with that. That's why I'm saying the drug culture too, because you gotta realize like
it can be a situation like she really owned that, but she didn't like Cisco ass. I don't like why. You know what I mean?
You know who I was going to compare? You know that's what happened to Tupac.
What?
He left the room when Tupac went to prison for raping that lady. That lady had gave Tupac fellatio in the club.
I remember that lady, the one that was on Vlad.
Right. But he left the room and she said like, well, you set it up for these guys to do this, that, and whatever to me.
Damn.
So he actually didn't do nothing. And it was crazy. He was the only one to go to jail. That's why he felt the whole thing was kind of fishy. Like, how do these guys do something to you, but I'm the only one going to prison?
Was she white?
No, she was a sister. This was a sister.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. What you mean that's fucked up? What was you going to say if she was white?
That's fucked up.
So it's the same answer. So why is she white?
I wanted to know how it stuck because usually white women's stuff sticks. Our stuff don't stick. They don't care what we say. But that's why, and the craziest thing is where y'all think I'm saying it like in a negative way, don't y'all know that that's why we, like as black women, we need white women type shit. Like we like our white women. We don't like the white women that try to act black, but we like our regular white women that teach us, and because they got a lot of precedence or privileges, first, basically. Gotcha. So they know how to maneuver that shit. They teach us the independent shit, However, with her being a sister, it's even more fucked up. I think as a sister, you got an obligation not to do that to us, if that makes sense. It's already enough against us. So like, why you gonna help?
I don't think ain't nobody saying that shit when they done been. Is the word victimized?
She wasn't victimized. He just didn't like her.
You talking about the Lil Mosey
Tupac situation?
No. The other guys took advantage of her on like Tupac's name or something like that.